Imagine, if you will, about 5 dozen worlds, arranged in such a manner that none of them touch. But if you were to squint at them from a distance, you might mistake them for one singular planet. This is our world of worlds. Now notice, if you will, a small rock in the southern hemisphere. This small rock is where our story today will take us. Welcome to Goblinville. Alright, so this is to be continued, the D&D One Shot podcast, the show in which we play...
D&D.
In which we play Digits and Durgans, and and every episode features different characters accomplishing a different task, but they're all in the same world, so...
I've got tiny dice.
Yeah, you've got tiny dice.
I know this. This is not a new development.
Not for you, yeah, but this episode's going to be posted before the other one where I had tiny dice.
Alright, so... I'm your DM, as per usual. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
You want to mix things up and let me go first?
Sure.
Okay, I am the one, the only destined voice from a chair. And today... hold the applause, please. Today, I will be playing... I said hold the applause!
Wait, I need to hold that.
Okay.
So anyways, today I will be playing Ted, a turtle bard.
Okay.
With an armor class of 18.
Okay. And you?
I am so small of elsewhere.
Sir Small of Elsewhere?
So small of elsewhere.
Okay.
Can you speak up?
I am so small of elsewhere.
Okay.
Okay. And you're a tiefling sorcerer?
Yeah.
Okay. So your adventure starts...
Adventure.
Yeah, your adventure starts in a small town, half in the desert, halfway between Pueblo Vista and Elsewhere. So, like, right about here.
Alrighty.
There's been a trouble surrounding this small town for quite some time now.
Yeah.
There is a ring of stones.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Ring of Fire.
And it burns.
Burns. The Ring of Fire.
No, there's a ring of stones outside the town, and it keeps luring people in to it, and then the people are either never seen again, or have no power when they return.
Like they're magicless?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad. Ow, ow, ow.
Okay, so...
Yeah.
So the town is gathered, and you two are among the people in the town. The town is gathered in the town hall trying to figure out what to do about this.
Yeah, what should we do?
There's a scientist giving a presentation. I believe this ring to be some kind of portal to a universe that may once have been parallel to our own. I believe if people were to go through the portal and stop whatever has been harming us, through violent means if needs be, that would solve our problems.
Violence isn't good for your skin.
Okay. Nobody really volunteers at first. Unless you guys volunteer at first. Do you guys volunteer at first?
No.
Then suddenly, a voice from the back can be heard.
Show me your dick.
What voice should a turtle have?
I don't know.
Gravelly.
I volunteer as tribute!
Like, got a turkey thing going on there.
Yeah, the only turtle character that I know of that's been in the World of Worlds and has had a voice before has been a statue of Hoi who spoke Hoi's name once, and that was Hoi. 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 And that was it.
Okay.
Alright. So you volunteered, and they drag you up to the front. There's no backing out now because they won't let you because no one else wants to. I don't believe this is enough people. I think we need at least one more person to help.
I think they should go with. And Ted just points randomly at the crowd. Somehow pointing at.
What is your character? Oh yeah. Sir Small, was it?
Yes.
Somehow pointing at Sir Small.
Okay, so
Answer small.
Ted randomly
elsewhere.
points into the crowd, and just about everyone scooches away from the finger, except for Sir Small, who wasn't quite paying attention, and is just kind of in the middle of there where everyone else has scooched away.
Was he reading a play orc?
No.
Thing.
Well, it seems we have our saviors for the day. God rest your souls. At this moment, the doors of the town hall swing open, and a short three-armed figure holding some weird-looking sunglasses to her eyes looks around and then sees you two and pulls the shades from her eyes. Well, howdy.
Is it Boz?
She walks up to the front and reaches out one hand to shake each of yours.
Ted shakes the hand.
Okay. My name's Joser. Djoser. I'm a Warforged from, one of the other worlds within this World of Worlds. She's very clearly not a Warforged. Just as Boz was very clearly not an orc. She's got a wrinkly, hairless face, and she's not made of metal.
Alrighty.
And she does have 3 arms, which Warforged can have, but typically don't, and orcs have never had.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Whatever you two are doing, I feel inclined that I should join. And she puts her shades away into a pocket in her vest. And she just kind of rests her hands on her staff Okay then. Well, to the ring you go, I guess. And you three are escorted out of the town, and the town.
Escorted?
Yeah, escorted.
Alright. You sure they didn't shove us?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Escorted. Like a guard would escort you to your death sentence.
Alright.
Like a guard would escort you to your hanging. You're escorted to the town's limits, which is as far as they'll go towards this ring. And then they just kind of shove you past there. And at this point, Joser picks up her staff because it's been knocked to the ground.
That's not very kind.
Well, I suppose that's where we're going, is it?
You betcha.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. And she leads the way as the three of you head to the ring. You are at the ring. Do you wanna look
Ted
at it?
runs straight in.
Oh.
He runs in, and in what can only be described as strange, Ted runs in, and the moment his foot is inside of the ring, his entire body glows, and then it falls apart as glitter.
Oh.
I should probably mention at this point, Ted is not a very smart person.
Okay. Joser looks confused for a minute and stares at it, and then seems to act like she understands. Okay. And then she hops in, and she also turns into confetti, or whatever I said it was.
Glitter.
Glitter. Glitter. Yeah, that's the word.
Alrighty. Let's go. I say as I do a somersault into the ring. As in, I roll like an armadillo.
Okay.
Alright.
Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. You wake up on the other side.
Washington is watching from the other side.
Welcome to Fairy.
To what?
Fairy.
Are we gonna meet one? We gonna meet Faye?
The world you see is a world not too unlike yours. Of course, from the ground you can't see much, but it seems, by looking at the horizon, that it's much, much bigger than Goblinville. There's a hill nearby with a house upon it. It looks like it was ransacked long, long ago, but there is a light coming from within it. There is also a nearby forest. You can't quite tell what this is supposed to be or where you might be.
Ted is already walking to the hill.
Okay.
I mean, I rolled a nat 1 on intelligence, so, like, let's go, dude bros.
Alright. Joser follows you two up the hill. Looks around a bit before following you up the hill. I do want you guys to know that common sense is wisdom and not intelligence.
Oh, I rolled a nat 20 on wisdom.
Okay. Okay.
Which I think is funny.
Yeah. Alright, so Joser just follows you up the hill, and you guys reach the house.
Alright.
What do you do when you reach the house?
Go inside.
You go inside. You're not gonna investigate or anything.
No, Ted goes straight in.
Ted goes straight in.
I'm gonna look around before I go in, like look
Alright.
through the window and stuff.
Alright, you can roll perception. Ted?
But 10.
Okay. What's your perception modifier?
Plus 5.
Okay, so 15 in total?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this house was burned and abandoned long, long ago. There is some kind of weird light inside, though. And it's not fire, and it doesn't seem magic. Ted, you're already inside. You see a small winged figure about
Finger.
this tall,
About the size of
this tall.
What is it, like 2-3 inches?
Yeah, like 2.5 inches, I'd guess.
The readers don't know what measurements you're saying. Not readers, frick.
Do you want us to speak in kilometers?
Like this tall, okay? It's like this tall. It's like the distance between my thumb and my pointer finger when I hold him like this.
Like an inch and a half.
Like somewhere between 2 and 3, I'd say.
Okay.
Kilometers?
No.
No.
Ted? I want you to make an Arcana check just to see how much you know about, how much you can figure out.
What modifier would go with that?
It'd go with intelligence.
Alright, so I rolled a 5 and I have a -3 on intelligence, so 2.
Do you have a proficiency in Arcana?
No.
Okay. So 2. When you were young, you were told fairy tales about friendly little pixies that looked not too dissimilar to these. The creature speaks to you. Hello! You can call me Mixie.
Oh.
Can I have your name?
Oh no.
See, I know about these things, but
Mhm.
Ted doesn't.
Yeah.
But the thing about them is
So-
that that's why people have middle names.
Mm-hmm. Ted doesn't.
Ted is only Ted. He did have a last name, but I took that out. It's just Ted.
I have a last name, but I'm not telling people that.
Yeah, I know.
Especially Faye. Jeez.
Hello there. That's not the voice. Hello there, Mixie.
Hello. Can I have your name? What'll I call you if I can't have your name?
I will tell you my name.
Okay.
Ted.
Okay.
Okay, just so you know, the way it's phrased is very important.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried to do that. The name was not given, the name was told.
Yep.
What are you writing down?
Nothing you can read.
Yeah, we can't read cursive. Why?
What?
That's not a water bottle.
Yeah, but there's no more water in my water bottle.
Okay.
Why didn't you use a normal straw and not the lid?
Because this is easier.
Oh my god.
Hello, Ted. It's nice to meet you.
Who are you, Mickey Mouse? He's a demon.
It's nice to meet you too, Mixie.
What are you doing here, Ted?
I came here on quest.
What quest?
I don't remember.
Oh my god.
That's fine.
I have two companions outside. They might remember.
Well, that's good. Do you want to go talk to them?
I mean, I'm inching my way into the room.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so, Sir Small isn't inching his way into the room, you said?
Yes.
Okay, so is Sir Small in the room yet?
I mean, yeah, now.
Okay.
He heard this dumb conversation.
Yeah, Joser has followed you two.
You don't give your name to Faye. I mean, I don't. Apparently he does.
Ted told his name. He did not give his name.
Okay, let's see, I think it's only fair that Joser rolls intelligence to see what she does. That's pretty damn fine. Joser whacks Mixie away from you. Like, with the end of her staff that she's not holding.
Why you do that? I was talking with new friend.
I'm not quite sure if you realize what that is.
It's a friend.
She pulls out her lenses again and looks at you with them. And then puts them away. Unsurprised but disappointed, she seems.
I'm so intrigued by these shades.
Alright, do you want to do something?
Yeah. I guess. I'd like to freaking tell him all.
Okay.
Do I have to roll something to yell at him?
If you want to intimidate him, you can roll intimidation.
Alright.
Alright, what's your intimidation modifier?
Intimidation.
Modifier.
Oh, +5.
Oh, swell. Alright, do you have a proficiency in intimidation?
I think. No.
Okay. So you just have a 20 for charisma?
Yeah.
Okay. So 17 plus 5 is 22?
And I had a it said for tieflings that they had a +1 on charisma, so on my
Oh, yeah,
charisma
okay.
it says 21.
Okay. Alright, so, you can now yell at him.
Alright.
and he will be sufficiently intimidated.
You don't tell Fae what your name is. They are magical creatures of evil. Not good for your skin. Not good for your skin. Wait, I'm not saying this in my voice. I don't remember what I said.
That's your voice now.
Alright, I guess my voice, my normal voice, is gonna be this. Ah.
Okay. So,
I'm gonna roll a persuasion roll.
you're gonna roll persuasion against 2.
I want to convince them that Mixie is friend.
Oh, great.
Um,
Go ahead.
Alright, I rolled a 12, and I have a proficiency in persuasion, which is a +2, which makes it 14, and I have a +6 to charisma, which makes it 20.
you have a +6.
To charisma. Oh, +4 to charisma, sorry.
Okay.
Which
here's
makes
the
it 18,
thing.
not 20.
I think that so Small should definitely roll for intelligence.
15.
That's -5.
Yeah.
Okay. Joser got a natural 20.
Mixie is good friend. Mixie is better friend than both of you.
Well, we've just met for one thing, so I wouldn't be surprised if we weren't all too friendly. And for another thing, yes, they are friendly, that's how they get ya. Well, that's not her voice. Yes, they are friendly. I guess it was. Oh well. Basically, what do you do? What are you guys gonna do now?
Ow.
I don't know.
Okay. Mixie is nowhere in sight. You guys are in this abandoned house. The lights have gone out.
I don't think this is a good idea to stay.
You're on top of a hill. There's a forest in the distance. From on top of the hill, you are able to see a very, very large fire in the distance. Like, spanning miles and miles.
Kind of look like 11.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. Most of my magic is like explosives.
Okay. What are you gonna do?
Ted storms out of the house.
Okay, fair enough. Joser follows after.
I guess you could say he has an explosive personality.
Yo, are those Pop Rocks?
Yeah.
Yo, can I have some Pop Rocks?
I brought them for you
Yo,
guys.
Pop Rocks. Pop Rocks.
I don't remember my original joke from a couple weeks ago.
Okay. Get it started with a bang. Pop Rocks.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning into our advertisement square.
This is not sponsored, just Pop Rocks are amazing.
That's what someone sponsored would say. I'm good.
What happens if I put this in my mouth and then I have some soda?
Pops. So, you guys are outside of the house now?
Hey, don't give that to my cat. Because it could hurt him. I don't know.
All they do is pop in your mouth.
I said no. You can give him a tiger for all I care.
I don't know where she is.
Okay. So you guys walk outside the house, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The ground beneath you falls like squares. Like it's just... Like the ground directly beneath you is just a singular flat square, and it falls, and you fall with it.
It's odd.
And you continue following into this dark void for quite some time. And then suddenly there's ground, and there's walls, and you're in a dark stone building.
How much fall damage do we take?
You don't.
Oh. Is this like, the Spy Kids 3? You do remember that scene, right?
Is this like Borderlands 2?
No, it's not like Borderlands 2. You would normally take fall damage, which is why this is odd.
Okay.
Especially if you're falling that far. But then again, you didn't land on ground. You were just falling, and then suddenly there was ground where you were.
Can you stop? That sounds weird.
You were
That
just
sounds
falling
weird.
from... You didn't fall on ground. You were just falling. And then suddenly, instead of falling, you were indoors. It was strange.
It's like Spy Kids 3. I think it's 3. Maybe
I don't
it's 2.
remember that scene.
One where they're stuck on an island and they fall through a volcano.
That's 2.
Okay, that's 2. Alright.
3 is 3D.
Oh yeah, where they're like stuck
Video
in a
game.
game. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys are now inside a building, but you cannot see one another.
Is it like that dark in there? Or
You can see the walls, and you can see the floor, and you can see the roof. As best you can tell, the room continues in front of you for what seems to be forever, and there isn't anyone else in the room with you.
like just we can't see the other characters, or there's us 3 and we see each other like
You can't see each other either.
oh, okay.
Ted cannot see nothing.
He can see walls and floors and roof.
That's more than nothing.
Ted's eyes are closed.
Oh my god.
Where's everybody?
Oh my god.
You actually hear this very faintly.
Oh.
You hear Ted's shouting. Very, very faintly, but you hear it. Are you gonna respond?
I'd rather not.
Alright. Yeah, you don't hear anything from Joser. You can continue down this hallway if you'd like.
Sure.
Okay.
Ted starts walking down the hallway while yelling, "Hello! Is anyone here?"
It is at this moment that Ted is swarmed by bees. Or hornets or something. It's hard to tell what.
Are they Fae?
They're not Fae.
Okay.
Okay.
They're a lot smaller than Fae. They're insects and there's an entire swarm of them.
Can you stop shaking your leg, please? I know it's helpful for anxiety and stuff, but it's shaking the mirror and I'm trying to do stuff. Thank you.
Okay. How much hit points does he have?
Just a second, one of my cantrips isn't letting me look at it.
Okay.
Ow. Ow.
Like one of my cantrips might have been level 2 without me realizing.
There aren't level 2 cantrips.
Okay, well then why isn't my cantrip showing up anywhere?
I don't know.
It's called Infestation and it's not showing its stats or anything.
Here, do you want me to pull it up on my spellbook? I can, real quick.
Sure.
Alright. How much hit points does he have?
8.
8. 8 in total?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh, okay.
He takes 4 damage from the stings.
Did they beat the AC class?
Yep.
Armor class?
Yep.
Which is 18?
Yep. 4 of them did.
Okay.
There's a lot of them. Sir Small?
Yes. He's my name.
Sir Small sees Mixie.
Ah. I mean, I don't think Sir Small cares that much. Oh, maybe she's the one that put us in here. I don't like that idea.
What's your name?
No.
What's your name?
No, thank you.
What's your name?
Oh, that's... Sir.
I feel you're lying to me.
I will tell you again. The name that I will be called is Sir.
That is not your name.
What's your AC right quick?
AC. My AC is. Oh. That would be. Over here. 10.
Okay. You are swatted across the room.
Oh. By that tiny little thing?
It has grown in size when its voice changed, it grew in size immensely.
Oh.
And terrifyingly.
Can we cut back to me?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so Ted is gonna take out one of his musical instruments.
I'm gonna be honest with you, every time you say Ted, I keep thinking of Ted Bundy.
Yeah, me too.
Ted is gonna take out one of his 5 musical instruments.
He has 5!
Yeah. The musical instrument he's going to be taking out is a kazoo.
A kazoo!
And with this kazoo, he will use this kazoo to play some beautiful music and convince these whatever is the swarm is attacking him to go away.
Okay. So you're going to try to charm the swarm?
Yeah.
With your music?
Yeah.
I'll give you advantage on this roll because it is an interesting concept.
Okay. Rolled a 10.
Okay, you get to roll again because advantage.
I'll go with the 10, not the 4. Would this be a performance?
Yeah.
I get a +2 to it then, because I have a proficiency in performance, which makes it 12.
Alright, yeah. That just barely beats them.
Yes.
The horde is swayed, and it dissipates into glitter.
Yes.
Not right with me. Sorry.
Alright.
Okay. Sir Small?
Yes.
You saw Mixie, this giant, terrifying form that Mixie had became.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed to think for half a second, and then dissipated into glitter.
Oh. Alright then.
The walls are crushing in on you.
Oh. That's a minor inconvenience.
What do you do?
I look for a way out, I guess.
The corridor seems to continue forever forwards if you want to continue that way.
Alrighty.
But the walls to the sides of you are still squeezed in.
Like all of the walls?
Just the walls to your sides. The walls which the corridor continues forever with.
Sure, I go that way.
Okay.
There's nothing behind me, right?
There's a wall, but it's not squeezing in.
Okay.
Uh,
Is there anything on the ground?
Just your feet.
Alright. Yeah, I'll go forward.
You run forward as fast as your legs can take you, and you seem to run forever as the walls squeeze in on you, and then, right before they crush you, it turns to glitter.
Oh.
Now, Ted,
Yes.
you've seen the swarm, and you've seen the swarm dissipate. You see Mixie again.
Hello.
Hello, Mixie.
Who are your friends?
I'm not really friends with them.
Oh.
They are not nice like you.
Oh. What are the mean people's names?
I believe one of them is Mr. Tiny.
Okay.
And the other one I think is named Donut, but I do not remember. It is a weird name.
I don't think that's right, but I don't blame you.
You okay?
Yeah, that voice is just weird.
You need another cough drop?
I've got one in my mouth right now.
Alright.
We cut back to Sir Small. As the glitter reforms, you're in a warm room. There's a fireplace, and there's 2 chairs. And in one of the chairs, sits a figure which you would assume is maybe Mixie. It's not the tiny form, and it's not the giant monstrous form. I feel like we got off on the wrong foot. I am called Mixie. What can I call you?
I told you before, you can call me Sir.
That is a title, not a name. Would you care to sit down? Maybe we could play a game. A chessboard appears between the 2 tables, between the 2 recliners. It forms out of glitter.
I'm not very fond of that game.
Is there a game you're fond of?
Uno. Scrapple.
The board game shifts between a chessboard, glitter, a deck of cards, glitter, another game, glitter, and it keeps shifting while Mixie waits for you to answer.
Some dice and character sheets.
I feel like she'd cheat at everything.
Okay.
No, I'm not really fond of games.
The table dissipates into glitter, which then just seems to disappear into the floor. Is there something you are fond of, then? Maybe a bet, or a drink, or... and as Mixie says, bet, coins appear on the ground, and as Mixie says, drink, a cup appears in your hand. But the moment after saying each of those things, it dissipates into glitter again. Should we cut back to Ted?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. Ted sees the hallway. It continues to continue on forever. There aren't any swarms now, though occasionally the roof does fall in. Like, bits of the roof will fall and nearly crush Ted. But Ted mostly moves out of the way.
Alright.
Mostly.
Mostly.
When Ted doesn't, it doesn't. When Ted doesn't move out of the way fully, it doesn't harm him that much because of his thick shell.
Yeah. Yeah. Except it does harm him. When he doesn't move out of the way.
Mentally, physically, or emotionally.
He can't tell. It feels like it hurts his skin up beneath his shell. Which is an odd sensation because that's not something that has ever been touched. Much less harmed.
Not been touched from your knowledge.
If you want to roll dexterity, you can avoid the next bit of falling ceiling.
Okay.
What'd it land on?
11.
And what's your dexterity modifier?
+1, so 12.
Okay. Yeah, let's say that works. You dodge out of the way of the next one. Now, another one falls. You can roll the dodge again.
9 + 1's 10.
Okay. This time it hits. You only take 1 damage, but it does hit.
Okay.
And then the entire thing turns to glitter, and he is drowning in a sea of sand.
Thought it was glitter. Did the glitter turn to sand?
Yes.
Oof. Oh, frick, I messed up.
And if he looks around, he cannot see a horizon. He only sees more and more sand. And the sand seems to wrap around as though it were walls and a ceiling, miles and miles away.
Okay.
And the sand is falling off of that ceiling and still drowning him in it. He can attempt to swim if he'd like, but at this point we cut back to Sir Small.
Yes.
Is there something you are fond of?
I know something I'm not fond of.
And that is?
You.
This is going nowhere. And the entire room turns to glitter.
Am I also drowning in sand?
No. You're falling very slowly.
Ah.
Towards what appears to be lava.
Oh. Okay.
Cut back to Ted. Ted, you're drowning in sand. What do you do?
Suck into the shell and spin.
What's the intent with this?
Get out of the sand.
Can you roll intelligence?
Alright, not only is it a 5, but it's also a -2.
Okay, so
-3, sorry.
so that's a 2 in total.
Yeah.
What Ted doesn't realize is doing this will cause him to sink faster.
Okay.
Need duct tape.
I do not know. And Ted spins in his shell, and he spins, and he spins, and he spins, and as he spins, he gets deeper and deeper in the sand, and then he falls through. And he continues to fall. And he falls,
And spin,
and he falls.
and spins.
Does he get out of his shell at any point?
No.
No. And eventually there's a ring around him.
He's still spinning.
It's the same gray room where he had first been in, and he's back where he had started in it.
Okay. Ted emerges from his shell and stops spinning. Sees this, gets into the corner, and cries.
Oh.
Okay. This is very cinematic. We cut back to Sir Small.
Okay.
Sir Small is falling very, very slowly into lava.
Yeah.
What does he do?
I mean, he's falling, so I guess he's falling.
Yeah, but does he attempt to do anything to counteract this?
No?
No?
Makes like a... turns his body so he's diving.
Is he trying to make it go faster?
Yes.
Okay. Can you roll? Just...
9.
Okay.
Do I need a modifier?
Nah. He turns down into a dive, and he goes faster and faster towards the lava, and the moment he touches it, it shatters into glitter, and the world reforms around him again, and he's in a snow globe.
It's like some Malcolm X kind of stuff right over here, right, Cabe?
Let's switch back to Ted. Ted hears a voice and feels a shaking. Wake up!
Oh.
Okay.
Ted hears Joser shouting at him to wake up, and he feels a shaking. And as he feels the shaking, the room he's in begins to shake, and parts of it turn to glitter, and parts of it fall in.
Five more minutes.
5 more minutes, Mom.
And you feel a slap across your face
Uh,
as you take 1 damage.
Okay.
this is PG-13.
And it wakes you up.
Mhm.
And you're on the ground, just outside the house, just laying in the grass. Sir Small hears Ted's voice shouting 5 more minutes,
Oh, great.
and that's all that Sir Small heard of that. What's he do?
Tries to wake up.
He didn't hear wake up.
Dang. Tries to fall asleep.
He tried. Oh, I forgot to re-explain. You're in a snow globe.
Yeah.
If you look around,
Mhm.
Mixie's form is outside of the snow globe, holding it, and is now shaking it. And you're just violently getting tossed from wall to wall as you fall around like the snow in the globe.
Alright. I mean, what else am I gonna do? Try to stop it? You just flop around like a fish then.
Okay.
Flop, flop. Is it cold in there?
Yeah.
Might as well get hypothermia. I try to eat the snow.
You try to eat the snow.
Mm-hmm.
You attempt to eat it. Like, you grab a handful and you shovel it into your mouth.
Yeah.
And then the moment you try swallowing it, you cough it all out and glitter comes out of your mouth as you cough.
Oh.
And then the glitter reforms into snow again.
Oh.
What do you do?
Try to fall asleep.
You can't. You're being thrashed about.
Who says I can't fall asleep while being thrashed about? What if
I
I hit
just
my
did.
head?
I just said that. Cut back to Ted. Joser is standing over you and just slapped you awake.
Yep.
What do you do?
Why'd you do that? That hurt.
Joser lets out a very, very, very long sigh. And is clearly tired of you. You were dying.
Oh.
Alright. She's going to... She takes her staff and she taps you on the head with it. She's holding her staff with 2 hands, and she's holding an amulet around her neck with 1. And she taps your head with the ring end of her staff, because her staff has 2 ends, a hook on one and a ring on the other. She's holding the hook, and the ring has tapped your head, and there's like a crossbar in the middle, which she's holding onto with one of her hands. She taps you in the head with this, and you're healed for 10 damage.
Magic.
Okay. Okay. Now, let's cut back to Sir Small. What do you do?
I'm still banging around, so like... I don't know.
You don't know what you'll do.
I don't know.
Okay. You
Can you please stop torturing my cat?
hear a very, very, very muffled voice.
Can I make out the words?
Yes.
What are they saying?
The voice says,
Wake up! Wake up!
it's Joser's voice, and you hear her shouting at you to wake up.
It's alright. I guess I try to wake up.
You try to wake up,
Try to wake up.
and you do.
Cool.
And you're back in the real world, and you're lying on the ground.
Cool.
You guys are awake now. You're back in the real world. Night is starting to fall. And so Joser suggests,
Like we're in our world, or...
no, you're still in Faerun.
Okay.
Night begins to fall, and so Joser begins to set up a camp.
Alright.
And she sits down by the campfire. What do you guys do?
Pull marshmallows out of my shirt.
Okay. Joser tosses you a stick to roast them with.
Cool. I mean, I was just gonna hold them over the fire with my hand otherwise.
Ted takes out one of his 5 instruments and starts to play a tune.
Okay.
This instrument consists of just 2 sticks.
Just 2 sticks.
Yes.
Okay.
And what you do is just hit things with them and make a noise.
Like drumsticks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only these are just sticks that have obviously been picked up off the ground.
You don't have a guitar, do you?
No.
No. Okay. Joser pulls out a small stringed instrument and you hear her play a tune. And as she strums out the last few notes of her song, she puts her instrument away in her pack. And she looks up to face you guys. I don't really know you two all that well. And I'm sure you guys don't know me. We should go around and ask each other a couple questions, you know? Just get to know one another. If that's alright with you.
Alrighty.
My name is Ted. I think my addiction started when... Why are you giving me those looks? Isn't this an AA meeting?
No, but go on.
Well, no, I'm not comfortable sharing that with you.
That's fine. It's fine. Share when you're comfortable. Where are you guys from?
Elsewhere.
Alright. And you, Ted, where are you from?
Places.
Okay. What do you guys like to do? Like, what's your favorite thing to do?
Be cool.
What was that?
Be cool.
Okay. And you, Ted, what's your favorite thing to do?
I like music.
That's nice. Do you guys have any questions for me?
Who are you?
I'm gonna ask you be more specific.
Like, I don't remember anything about you. Who are you?
You can call me Joser. It's not my name, but, with the situation at hand, I hope you understand me not sharing my name.
Okay, Joseph.
Yeah, that's not how it's pronounced. I'm from Ramid. Do you know about Ramid?
No.
Ramen?
Ramid. It's
Yeah, ramen.
no. Ramid is it's a beautiful desert world.
Then why aren't you there?
I don't quite remember. I think I did something wrong. Like very, very wrong. And I was kicked out for it, but I don't quite remember what that might have been.
Did you murder someone?
I sure hope not. But I know in my heart that in the past I did something great. I was someone great. I know it, but and she just kind of stares at her staff for a minute. I can't remember.
Were you a celebrity?
I don't think we had celebrities back then.
Were you a prostitute?
I doubt that I was.
But how can you be sure?
Do you have chlamydia?
I do not know.
I wasn't asking you.
I don't think I do.
Ben. It's nice to be around people. You know?
Sure.
Sometimes I get caught up in studies, but it's nice to be around people.
What do you study?
I'm not sure what I used to study, but right now I'm studying the Hands of Fate. Like, the Hands of Fate weave destiny together in an interesting way, but it's almost always the same pair of hands. It's the same pair of hands for nearly everyone. But lately there have been a couple more Hands of Fate, and they've been twisting certain people's destinies in ways that I wouldn't expect. And I've been finding those people who've I'm working on finding out what sets those people apart, why these new Hands of Fate go for them and mess with their destinies, and why everyone else gets the same pair of hands. I haven't quite found out an answer yet, but it's interesting.
Do you like music?
I just played you a song.
I was in a band.
You were in a band. That's nice.
They kicked me out.
What for?
Their reasoning was dumb.
What was their reasoning?
I wasn't turtley enough.
Oh. Oh.
What will you called?
The Turtle Club.
Oh dear.
Do you want to hear a song?
I'd love to hear a song.
Ted pulls out a triangle
Okay.
and starts playing a terrible song.
Oh my god.
It's not even like a song. He just, like, the triangle is the triangle, and then there's a stick, and he just starts going like this, waving it around. So it's like ding 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 ding.
Ding 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 ding. Ding.
It's not like that. That is a truly horrid song.
Everyone within a 15-foot radius takes two sonic damage.
Oh,
I'm kidding, but it's funny.
yeah.
And what about you?
What about me?
What's your story?
I don't write books.
Yeah, but
Why are your hands so small?
why are your hands so small? That's a good question.
I don't know.
What did you do before this?
Mother says not to make fun of my hands.
Okay, but what do you do normally? Like, I get the feeling that adventures like this aren't the normal for you. What do you normally do?
I like to scare little children.
Okay. I can't imagine you'd be very good at that.
Why'd you come on this adventure?
That's a good question. Why did you two agree to come here?
I didn't agree, they shoved me.
Okay, and what about you?
It seemed like fun.
Okay, does it still seem like fun?
Yeah, I made a new friend.
And what's their name?
Mixie.
Okay. Joser takes 2 emotional damage. I'm actually going to have her do that. She takes 2 emotional damage because she felt like you guys were becoming friends. And then she heard this and it hurt her feelings so much that she actually takes 2 damage.
That's sad. How dare you?
It's fine, she's still got a lot of hit points. Okay. So I don't exactly know what to do for the rest of the night. You guys can go to sleep if you want. I'll keep watch.
Let's play Monopoly.
I don't have Monopoly on me. I have I have a dice set, and I have a Remedian chessboard, but I don't have Monopoly. Sorry.
Well, dang.
Yeah. I do have... Do we want to get meta? Do we want to get a little meta here?
Sure.
Okay. I do have everything needed to play a game of hauntings and handguns if we wanted to. Do you guys want to do that?
How do you play?
Well, basically, you make your character, and you try to do things as your character, and you roll the die to see whether your character succeeds or not.
Well, let's give it a go.
You guys spend the night playing Hauntings and Handguns, and then at some point you go to sleep while she keeps watch. In the morning, it's morning now. What do you guys do now that it's morning?
To wake everyone up, Ted is gonna play a song.
Oh no.
Joseph's already awake.
Ted is gonna play a song.
Okay.
He takes out his kazoo.
You know what? On second thought, you were awoken like 5 minutes ago by a music box Joser had set up.
Kazoo.
Okay, so Ted plays his kazoo. Okay. What happens next, guys?
I hope my good friend Mixie shows up for a party.
Okay, everyone else is packing up camp when you are a little bit away from the camp and you see Mixie. Hello. Do you know your friends' names yet?
The one of them's name wasn't actually Donut.
Oh, what was it?
They say that they don't want to reveal their real name, but they will go by Joseph.
Oh, okay. And the other one?
I'm still pretty sure that it's Mr. Tiny.
It's not, but okay. Mixie seems to disappear in a puff of glitter. You guys have the abandoned house on the hill. You have a forest, and you have a fire you saw in the distance. What'll you do?
Hey guys, I saw Mixie again.
You what?
Mixie said hello.
That's not good.
Is that all they said?
Mixie asked if I knew your names yet.
What'd you say?
I told them your name was Joseph, and your name is Mr. Tiny. 'Cause that's what I remember.
Okay. Okay. Well, at least Mixie doesn't know anything. Okay. We can try going back to the house on the hill, or we can try to head in the forest, or we can attempt to... I feel like we've got to find Mixie. Mixie's probably the source of whatever is harming the town.
We should go to the house. That seems to be Mixie's house.
Okay. Okay. Does Sir Small also go to the house?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so everyone goes to the abandoned house. the lights are back on, and you go in the house. You can look around, but you won't find Mixie anywhere. The lights are on, though.
Hello, Mixie. Are you home?
You don't hear a response.
I think Mixie is out shopping for groceries.
You sound like a Sesame Street character, and I love it.
Yeah.
Sound like Cookie Monster.
Kinda.
I was thinking of the Dracula.
Yeah, that too. You sound like a Sesame Street character, and I love it. Let's see. The door to the house slams shut.
Cool.
You can no longer see anything outside of the windows. And everyone but yourself seems to turn to glitter. Each of you is alone in the house and there's nothing around you. What do you do?
Cry.
You guys are doing a lot of crying this episode.
Hello?
Uh,
Is anyone there?
Sir Small can vaguely hear, can almost clearly hear Ted shouting.
I'm here. I'm here.
You can hear that as though it were a whisper.
What are your coordinates?
420.
I go there.
You go to 420. Strangely enough, it's just 2 feet to the left of you, and there's nothing there.
You lied.
69.
I go there.
Okay, that's on the 2nd floor, and there's a bed there, but nobody else.
You lied again. There's just a bed up here.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
That's not even a number.
Who the hell is that?
My coordinates.
I don't like you very much.
I need my leg back.
Oh, maybe this is like yesterday, where we're asleep again. And Ted tries to wake up.
And he tries, and he opens his eyes, and the house turns to glitter, and he's back in the house. But he can't see anyone else in the house.
Can you see outside the windows?
Yes. But the door is still locked.
Okay. Takes out another one of his instruments and just sits down and starts playing.
Okay.
This instrument is a lute.
Oh, okay, he's got a lute.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have a concertina?
No.
No? Okay. Now let's switch back to Sir Small. What's Sir Small doing?
He's also thought of the waking up thing and is trying to wake up.
Okay. The entire world turns to glitter, and you wake up, and you're in the house. Joser isn't there, but Ted is. The door's still locked. You can see outside the windows, though.
I'd like to start calling for Joser.
Can you roll right quick?
19.
Okay. You hear her voice very faintly. A little busy.
Interesting answer. I try to follow the voice.
You can't exactly tell where it's coming from.
Alright.
Ted yells, "It's like yesterday! You have to wake up!"
Roll to...
It's an 18.
No!
She hears you but doesn't answer.
Okay.
Frick.
Now...
It's okay, Bagheera.
There's... Let's see what happens next.
Ow, ow, ow. It's in my eye. It's in my eye.
Hey Ted, remember the swarm of bees?
Yeah.
Guess what's back?
The swarm of bees.
The swarm of bees.
It burns. It's in my eyeball.
That fell.
It hurts.
You take 3 damage.
No, I actually pinched my nose.
It's also swarming around Sir Small, but Sir Small doesn't take any damage.
Okay, well, when they first appear, Ted says, "I met these guys yesterday. I made friends with them. And then when they hurt him, ow! Hey, why you do that?"
Okay.
Because sometimes friends hurt you.
Okay. That's very deep.
I'm
Now-
sorry.
What do you guys do?
I mean, I wish this makeup remover would get out of my eyeball.
Oh dear. Okay, so you guys are stuck in the house.
Ted retracts into his shell and just starts spinning again.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I'd like to try and break the window.
Okay. Roll strength. And what's your strength modifier?
My strength modifier is... my score's 11, so there's a plus 0, I think.
Okay, so 14?
Like, that worked, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So you've got a 14?
Okay.
The window doesn't break.
Oh.
Okay, cat. Ted, you take 1 damage. What do you do?
Ted just keeps spinning and kind of like moves around a bit.
Okay. The bees disperse, and Ted feels very, very off.
Okay.
Like, very, very, very off.
Okay.
Like, something is unspeakably wrong.
Yeah, he's here.
Oh, dear. Alright, so back again. What do you do?
Ted gets out from the shell.
Okay. Ted gets out of his shell. Does he stand up or does he just lay there?
Stands up.
Okay, Ted stands up and gets out of his shell. What are you guys gonna do? What do you do?
Try to break the glass again?
Okay, roll strength.
What?
Roll strength.
That is a 1.
Okay, that's not gonna do it.
What was he trying to do?
He was trying to break the glass.
Oh, I would like to try doing that too.
Okay.
I rolled a 10. And I don't have a modifier.
Okay. That doesn't do it.
I'd like to pick up one of the things off the floor, like maybe furniture, and throw it at the window.
Okay. I'll give you advantage on this roll for that.
2 and 18.
Okay, 18 does it.
Cool.
The chair goes flying through the window, and as it does, both the glass and the chair turn to glitter, as does the room around you, and it all falls to nothingness.
Not again.
And you wake up and you're in the room. And you see Joser's body there on the floor, but it doesn't seem quite right.
This is another illusion.
And the moment you say that, you wake up.
Oof.
And this time you're not an illusion. As soon as you've acknowledged that it is an illusion, you wake up and you're no longer in the illusion.
Oh, that's cool.
You
Okay. Drink it, lean over all the way. Don't swallow it until you're leaning over.
do you want to look outside the window?
Yes.
Okay, roll right quick.
20. How much water did you put in your mouth?
Enough that I wouldn't spit it out because of leaning over and swallowing.
You see a giant
Fill your
entity
mouth. Okay.
made of fire.
Alright.
It's standing on 2 legs, and its torso
Is it the Fae?
its torso has flat sides, and it seems to be holding something very, very small in its hand. Its torso is flat-sided, so its arms aren't connected to its regular body. But behind its body there is a ring upon which there are 7 arms. One is holding the Fae tightly in its hand. And as its grip grows tighter, the house around you starts to burn.
Oh.
Is Ted here?
Has Ted realized that the house he's in is an illusion?
Probably not.
Okay, then no.
Alright.
I mean, his body's there, but he's unconscious.
Okay. I'm gonna roll for intelligence to see
Okay,
if he...
roll intelligence.
That's a 15 minus 3.
Okay.
You guys are just dying over here.
He doesn't seem to notice it, but before he can notice anything, the entire house he's in just turns to glitter and falls, and the glitter falls down and doesn't take another form. And Ted wakes up in Fairy and Sir Small sees this too. The entire house is destroyed, and it's merely just a pile of glitter is all that's left of it. The hill is destroyed too. There's just a crater, and there's glitter flying in the wind. And as a flame dies out, you see Joser unconscious on the ground with her staff to her side.
I'd like to try to wake her up.
Okay. Yeah, you can have off.
17.
Okay. Her eyes are open faintly. And she, stares at you a bit. Howdy. She's still alive. She's just out of energy.
Hi.
You guys can head back through the ring now if you'd like.
Yeah, let's do that.
Alright.
Dude, are you okay?
You pick up Joser and you carry her back through the ring.
Alright.
You step in the ring, and the world turns to glitter, and as the glitter settles, you're back in your own world. You're back in Goblinville.
Cool.
Outside the town, right where you were.
Ted hugs both of them and says, "We now friends."
Oh.
Joser untakes 2 emotional health. Untakes 2 emotional damage. You did it. The day is saved.
We did it. We did it. We did it.
Hooray.
Wait, where'd Nixie go?
Hey, thanks for tuning in to episode 3 of our first season. This episode was titled Lovingly Borrowed, Never Returned, and our next episode will be available on August 16th. It'll be titled, Birthday Surprise, I guess. Yeah, I guess it'll be titled Birthday Surprise. Yeah, prior to recording this episode, we recorded our first episode of our murder mystery story, which will be released soon, I think. We've still gotta edit it together and come up with a theme song for it, but it'll be coming soon, I promise. Thanks for tuning in. We love you. Bye.